Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name's Vicky. Today I've got an energetic 1 hour flow for you for strength and flexibility, and we're going to be working our way into crow pose as well. So I'll guide you through that. Feel free to take a break whenever you need to. Listen to your body always, and we'll get started. We're going to start off in a wide-legged child's pose, taking it down onto your mat. Big toes are touching. Knees can be as wide as the edges of the mat. Set the bum to the heels. Walk the hands forwards and just melt the chest down, let the forehead come onto the mat. Now if this is too much for your hips, bring the knees in just a little bit and then try again. You want your sit bones to be really close to your heels. Deep breaths. Close your eyes and just take this moment to arrive into the class. Tuning into your body, your breath and your mind. Just noticing where your mind is at today. Are we feeling stressed, anxious? Just try and let that all go away. Start the class with a clear mind. And put no pressure on yourself throughout this class. Notice where you are and just accept that. Being grateful for what your body has achieved. Take one more breath in this pose. Open your eyes. Lifting the chest up, just walk the hands towards the body. And then bring the knees back in. So the knees are hip distance apart and we are just sitting on our heels for hero pose. I want you to take your hands behind and clasp the hands. And then I want you to bring your fist over to the right. Squeezing the shoulder blades. If that's not comfortable, then just keep the hands clasped behind or just keep the hands by the sides. Take an inhale. As you exhale, right ear comes to right shoulder. So just stretching the neck and into the shoulder. Maybe we drop the chin down a little bit, see how the stretch changes. And then maybe we let the head just rock back. So we just play with the stretch, maybe holding it wherever feels good, wherever you need to. And release. Let's go to the other side. And then let the left ear drop towards the left shoulder. Feeling that lovely stretch in the neck. And then just play with the stretch. Maybe let the chin drop forwards a bit. And then maybe rock the head back a bit. Maybe holding it wherever feels good. And then bring the head back up to center, release, and unclasp the hands. Just warming up the shoulders a little bit. I want you to inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, bring the hands down. Inhale, reach the arms up, hands in prayer. Exhale, hands come down. One more. Inhale up. Exhale down. We're going to reverse it. So inhale up. Exhale down. Big circles, full range. Inhale up. Exhale down. One more. Inhale up. And exhale down. Clasp the hands behind you again. Inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades. Lift the chest and look up if you can, if that's comfortable. Stretching the front of the neck. The throat. Keep the hands and the shoulders as they are and slowly tilt the head down, feeling that stretch in the back of the neck. And then slowly lift the head back up. So if this is okay for your shoulders, keep the arms like this. If it's becoming a bit too much, release the hands and just place them on the mat. We're going to come into rabbit pose, keeping our arms as they are. So we slowly drop down, bringing the forehead onto the mat, and then we roll onto the crown of the head, lifting the hips up, pressing your arms up towards the ceiling and trying to round your back up as well. If this is too much, just place the hands down on the mat. Slowly let the hands come towards the hips, release the grip, and then bring the hands down to the mat. So we've got the tops of the hands down, and the fingertips are pointing back. And then we're going to slowly let the hips come to the heels, slide the hands forwards for child's pose. Getting those sit bones nice and close to your heels. And feel free to close your eyes as much as you like throughout the class. Really tune into your body. Let's walk the hands over to the right. Keeping the forehead down, feeling a stretch down the left side of the body. Breathe. And when we breathe, the ribs expand, the stretch deepens. When we exhale, all the tension releases. Slowly walk the hands back to the center. Take it over to the left. Keeping the forehead down, stretching down the right side of the body. Really breathe, deep breaths. Rib cage expanding. Feeling that lovely stretch on the right side of the body. And slowly walk the hands back. We're going to lift up into a tabletop position, wrists below shoulders, knees below hips. For our cat and cow stretch. Inhale, belly drops, gaze up. Exhale, spine rounds up, chin tucks under, tailbone points down. Inhale, reverse it. Tailbone points up, looking up. Exhale, chin tucks under, really draw the belly button up towards the spine. Inhale, just flow with your own breath. Maybe each breath we can go a little bit deeper into the pose. Final round. Come back to that tabletop position again, and we're going to wake up the wrists a little bit just by rocking forwards and backwards. Spreading those fingers nice and wide, getting used to that grip with the hands. Now we're going to take those hands, pointing the fingertips out to the sides and rocking side to side. So really warming the wrists up. The next one, I want you to see if you can point your fingertips back towards your knees. And you might need to bring the hands a little bit closer to the body to be able to do this. And don't worry if you can't do this. If you've got tight wrists, then just take it to wherever you can feel the stretch. You don't want to feel any pain. So the option is to simply hold it here like this. Or if the flexibility is there and there's no pain, we can slowly start to lean back. And then slowly forwards. Gentle with yourself, slowly back. Slowly forwards. One more. Awesome. Now send the hands back slowly round to the front. And stretching the other side of the wrist, we're going to flip the left palm over and just place a little bit of weight onto the top of the hand. So we're keeping our right hand planted so that we can control this stretch. We're not forcing both hands down and forcing all the weight into the wrists, one at a time. Switch it over. Obviously listen to your body. If it's too much, then just skip it. No pressure. Okay, let's flip it over again. And then we're going to just walk the hands forwards a couple of inches. Try and set the hips down a bit so that we can come into more of a straight line rather than a box shape. And then we're going to lower down onto our belly for cobra. So we want to slowly bend the elbows, keep them really close to the ribs. We're coming down really, really slowly, and then eventually our stomach lands on the mat. So you want to keep your hands next to your chest, keep your elbows pointing back, squeeze the shoulder blades, inhale, lift the chest, look forwards, baby cobra, exhale down, inhale, lift, exhale down. Take one more like this, inhale to lift, press the hips into the mat, exhale down. And we're going to do 3, lifting our hands up. So keep the elbows pointing back. Inhale, couple of inches, hands lift. Exhale down. Take 2 more. Squeeze the back muscles. Exhale down. Last one. Squeeze and lift. Exhale down. Well done. So we're going to stretch the chest a little bit. Take the arms out to the sides. And put a bend in your elbows so it's not 90 degrees, it's a little bit bigger. And we're going to first stretch the right side. So we're going to bring the left hand right towards the chest, the same place it is for cobra. And we're going to start to push into that hand and roll onto our right hip. As we do that, we walk the fingertips of the right hand away, starting to feel a stretch already. So just hold it here, don't take it too far. If the flexibility is there, I'm just going to move my arm because I want to demonstrate what you might be able to do if the flexibility is there. You may be able to have your left hip stacked on top of the right hip and maybe bring the left foot behind with the knee pointing up. Now that's only if the flexibility is there, it's not for me. After my surgery, there's hardly any flexibility here at all, but you just listen to your own body. Be really gentle with yourself and then slowly bring it back. We're going to go straight onto the other side. So the left arm comes out with that bend in the elbow, a bit bigger than 90 degrees. Right hand comes to the chest. Start to push into the right hand, walk the left fingers away and try and stack your right hip on left hip. If the flexibility is there, you can step the foot over. But again, be really gentle with yourself. This is a strong stretch. Feeling it in the pec muscle. Maybe the front of the shoulder coming in towards the bicep. Breathe. Slowly we come back and we bring our left hand towards the chest. We're coming into a downward facing dog. So we're going to lift up, we're going to tuck the toes under and we're going to lift the hips up towards the ceiling. Trying to turn our bodies into an upside down V shape. Lifting the sit bones up, pressing the chest towards the thighs. Okay to have a bend in the knees, okay for the heels to be lifted. Spread the fingers nice and wide and then start to walk your dog. So we press one heel down and then the other, bending into the opposite knee. And maybe hold it for a few breaths in one place. Or maybe keep it nice and dynamic. You choose. Listen to what your body needs today. Maybe you just want to hold that downward dog. Maybe you want to sway the hips from side to side. Really do whatever feels good for you. And together we're all going to drop our heels down. Static downward dog. We're going to bend into both our knees and bring the right foot over the back of the left. So you're trying to get the right knee to come to the back of the left knee, then place the foot down. Bend into the knees and let the hips just drop over towards the left side, feeling a stretch down the right side of the body. It's one of my favourite ways to stretch the side body. Slowly lift it up, step the foot back, downward dog, and then let's do it again on the other side. Bend the knees, left foot steps over, bring the knee in towards the back of the right knee, plant the foot, bend the knees, let the hips drop over to the right side, stretching all down the left side of the body. The back body, the ribs. Straighten it up and then step it back for downward dog. Lovely. Let's slowly walk the feet all the way up to the hands. Ragdoll fold. Feet are hip distance apart. Little bend in the knees. Let the upper body just dangle over the legs. And just hold on to opposite elbows and maybe sway a little bit side to side. Decompression of the spine. Make sure we hold no tension in our neck. Make any little movements that feel good in this ragdoll fold. Let the hands drop down, bend into the knees and slowly roll all the way up to stand. Reach the arms up. Bring the hands into prayer. Well done. Okay, hope everybody's doing okay so far. We're going to come into a chair pose, so you can either have your feet together, big toes touching and the heels slightly apart, or you can have your feet hip distance, so it's personal preference, whatever makes you feel more balanced and stable. So find your position, bend into the knees, set the hips back, reach the arms up, and if you can, look up. Try not to have a really big arch in the back. Keep it nice and straight, so like slightly tuck the tailbone. From here we're going to come up onto our toes if we can, only if we can. So if you've got any problems with your knees, you're going to want to stay in chair pose. If not, follow me. Inhale. Exhale, bring the hands into prayer. Lower down. And bring the knees onto the mat. Inhale, reach the fingertips up. Exhale, go over to the right. Reach the left arm up and over. Inhale, up. Exhale, take it left. Right arm reaches up and over. Inhale, up. Exhale, bring the hands into prayer. We're going to rise back up. Inhale, lift. Coming into chair pose, on those toes if you can. Exhale, bring the hands into prayer. Okay, we're going to do that 2 more times. If you didn't like it, just stay in chair pose. Inhale, exhale. So just keep doing that. We're only here for a short time. So let's come into chair pose again. Let's come onto our toes. Inhale. Exhale, drop it down, hands in prayer, knees come down. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, over to the right, left arm reaches. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, left, right arm reaches up. Inhale, up. Exhale, bring the hands down. Inhale. Lift it up into chair, still on our toes, and then exhale, heels down, hands in prayer. 1 more time. Inhale, chair toes. Exhale, drop it down. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, take it right. Inhale up, exhale left, inhale up, exhale hands in prayer, get ready to lift, set the hips back, inhale up to chair, exhale heels down. Well done. So we've really woken up the ankle joints and really woken up the feet. Okay, we're going to be doing sun salutation B. If you've not done it before, I'm going to go through it nice and slowly for the first round. And then on the second and third round, we're going to do each movement with one breath. So standing at the top of the mat, again the same position with the feet. They can be together or hip distance apart. Strong legs, tuck the tailbone, shoulders up, back and down. So mountain pose to start. We're going to start off in a chair pose. Inhale, reach the arms up and set the hips back. Stay in for a breath. On your next exhale, forward fold. So we straighten the legs and dive the chest down. Stay in for a breath. We're doing it slowly for this first round. Maybe we've got a little bend in our knees. On your next inhale, halfway lift. So it is quite similar to sun salutation A. Flat back, maybe pressing the fingertips into the shins. On an exhale, let's bend the knees, plant the hands, step it back into a plank, holding it here for a breath. Now when we lower down, you can either drop the knees first or chaturanga. So if you're chaturanga-ing, then we're not going to drop the knees, we're going to shift forwards on toes, bend the elbows and come all the way down onto our belly. Untuck the toes, lift the chest for cobra, elbows are hugging into our side of our body. And set it down. Tuck the toes, lift the hips for downward facing dog. So it's quite familiar so far and it's going to change a little bit now. We're going to step the left foot in between the hands. You're going to turn your right foot so that the heel drops down and the foot is pointing out to the side about a 45-degree angle. With a bend in your front knee, press into that left foot and reach the arms up for warrior one. You can look up if it's comfortable, and you can bring the hands together if that's comfortable, but try to keep the shoulders relaxed. Nice deep bend in that front knee. Okay, plant the hands down, step it back into plank, so lift the back heel up, chaturanga down or knees down first, inhale, cobra, exhale, downward dog. Let's stay here for a breath. Just realised I'm moving a little bit quicker already. I get too excited. And then we go on to the other side. So the right foot steps in between the hands. And don't worry if it doesn't get there first time. Drag it forwards, do what you need to do. And then set the back heel down. And the toes are pointing out at a 45-degree angle. Push into that front leg for warrior one. Your back leg is really straight and strong. Hips pointing forwards, big bend in the knee, shoulders relaxed. Let's plant the hands down, step back into plank, chaturanga down, cobra, exhale, downward dog. And we're staying here for 3 breaths. Use that warrior breath if you know it. Just making it a little bit more audible. On your next inhale, step the feet to the top of the mat, coming into that halfway lift. Exhale into a forwards fold. Inhale, chair pose, bend the knees, reach the arms up. Exhale, bring the hands into prayer. So we're going to try and do that sequence with 1 breath per movement. If it is too fast for you, you can slow it down, take a break, maybe just watch it if it's too fast. Or maybe do the sun salutation A if you know that one and find it easier. So, inhale into chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, step back into plank, chaturanga, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, left foot steps forward, warrior 1, reach the arms up. Exhale, plant it down, step it back into plank, chaturanga, upward dog or cobra. Downward dog. Right foot stepping forwards, warrior 1, press and lift up. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, chaturanga, upward dog or cobra, downward dog. Hold it here for 3 breaths. Enjoy this downward dog. Triceps are back, biceps are forward. Fingers are wide. 1 more breath. Step both feet to the top of the mat, coming into halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale to chair pose, bend the knees. Exhale, hands in prayer, straighten it up. Let's do it 1 more time. Inhale, reach the arms up, chair pose. Exhale, straighten legs, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, step it back into that plank, chaturanga down. Inhale for upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Left foot steps forward for warrior 1, lift up. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, chaturanga down. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, right foot steps forward, warrior 1. Exhale, plant it down. Step back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hold it here, 3 breaths. Lovely. Now let's step forwards into that halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale to chair pose. Exhale, bring the hands into prayer, stand tall. Let's come into mountain pose. And let's just stand here with the eyes closed, taking a few breaths, noticing how we feel. The body is still. Just stay here. Okay, sorry about this. Cats just do not know what they want to do. Okay, staying at the top of the mat, we're going to do some balance poses. I want you to put the weight into your left leg and bring the right knee up towards the chest. Clasp the hands over the shin, pull it towards, and just take circles with the ankle. You might want to stay near the wall. Take the circles in the opposite way. Maybe holding onto that wall whenever you need to. Maybe just leaning against the wall is a nice way to get used to balance poses. Let's stop those circles. See if you can grab a hold of your big toe with your first 2 fingers. Right hand. If you can't, then just keep hold of your knee. If you've got hold of the toe, see if you can straighten the leg out in front. Don't worry if you've got a bend in your knee, just try and straighten it as much as you can. Engage into the left glute, just place the hands on the hip. Take an inhale here, and as you exhale, See if you can take the leg out to the side. And if you've got the knee bent, that's fine as well. Squeeze the glute, that is key. If you can, look over towards the left. Strong left glute. Slowly bring it back to center. See if you can send your nose towards your knee and pull the leg up. And release, well done. Bend into the knee, release the toe, and just hold on to that knee. Stay with the leg lifted. I'm just going to step to the top of the mat and then place your hands onto your hips, coming into a warrior three. Sending the foot back, drop the chest forwards, bend into your support leg. And then you're going to point the lifted leg, point the toes back. Just notice if your right hip is lifted up and use your hands to guide it down. Hips stay in line. Once we feel balanced, squeeze the glutes, send the arms out to the sides. So straight arms, straight legs. Lovely. One more breath. Setting the back foot down. So bend into the front knee. Set the back foot down on the ball of the foot. Cactus the arms and look up. So squeeze the shoulder blades. Look up and just spread the fingers nice and wide. We're in a high lunge. Strong legs. We're going to open out into a warrior two. So first reach the arms up and then send them out to the sides. Maybe need to reposition the feet a little bit, that's absolutely fine. So you've got your back foot pointing over to the right, left foot pointing forwards, deep bend in left knee. Shoulders stacked above hips, arms are strong, squeeze the shoulder blades. Make sure that front knee is stacked over the ankle, so we're not like this. If we are, widen the gap between the legs. Inhale, arms reach up, straighten front leg. Exhale, warrior two. Look over left fingertips. Inhale, look over to the right. Exhale, look over left fingertips. Inhale up, straighten that leg. And exhale, can we go deeper? Hold it here. Coming into side angle stretch. The left forearm rests on the thigh, and then the right arm reaches up and over. Straight line from the right fingertips, through the hips, to the heel on the floor, at the back. You can either hold it here or bring the left arm parallel to the right. Strong legs. Inhale, straighten the leg, lift it up. Exhale, right hand comes down, left arm reaches up and over. Let's bend into that front knee for our reverse warrior. Inhale, straighten the leg, reach the arms out. Exhale, triangle pose. Left hand comes towards the floor or the ankle. Right hand reaches up, press the right shoulder back. You can hold on near the ankle but avoid the knee joint, or you can just use the core strength, not holding onto the leg. Working with breath. Inhale, bend the knee, come back to that warrior two. Exhale, and then come into reverse warrior. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, triangle pose, work with breath. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, reverse. Inhale, two. Exhale, triangle. Let's do it one more time. Inhale up. Exhale, reverse. Inhale back. Exhale, triangle. Bend into the front knee and then circle the arms down, plant the hands either side of the foot and pop the back heel up for runner's lunge. Come onto the fingertips and just look forward to allow the hips to sink down. Come into an easy twist. Right hand plants, left arm reaches, look up. If you want to make it easier, you can set the back knee down. And that applies to the next pose as well. You can make it strong or you can relax that knee down, totally up to you. Bring the left hand to the inside of the left foot and toe heel the foot over to the left for our lizard stretch. Again, if you want to make it easier, set the back knee down. If you want to make it more active and a stronger class, lift the back knee, just look forwards and really let the hips sink down. Great job. Let's step that foot back, coming into a plank, and let's flow. Chaturanga, down, upward dog or cobra, inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a couple of breaths here. Step to the top of the mat, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, let's rise all the way up. And exhale, bring the hands into prayer. Great job. Let's move on to the other side. We were starting off with that intense leg stretch. We want to put the weight into the right foot this time. Bring the knee up to the chest, squeeze it towards. So you've got your left knee hugging in, and just make those circles with the ankle. I'm just looking at the time, thinking, am I going to have time to do everything that I've got planned? Hopefully. Take the circles the opposite way. If not, I might run over by 5 minutes or so. And relax the foot. So holding onto the toe if you can, just place the other hand on the hip. If you can't get that toe, just hold on to the knee, and you can still do this stretch out to the side as well. If you've got the toe, see if you can straighten out that leg. Another option would be to use a strap if you've got one. But you can have a bend in the knee as well. Squeeze into your right glute. Keep the leg lifted, engage. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, take the leg out to the side. Now you really need to squeeze that right glute. Now see if you can look over towards the right. Slowly bring it back. I've got sweaty hands and I feel like I'm going to drop. The last bit, we want to squeeze our nose towards our knee. And then release the grip and just hold on to the knee. Well done. So I'm going to come to the top of the mat again. You stay with that leg lifted. And we're going to place the hands onto the hips. For our warrior three, send the left foot back, drop the chest forwards, keep the hands on the hips. Point the toes, notice how that hip starts to lift up, and then bring it with the hand. So just the left hand is guiding the left hip back down, bringing it in line with the right. Once we feel balanced, take the arms out to the sides, strong arms, squeeze the shoulder blades, straight arms, straight legs. 3, 2, 1. Bend the front knee, set the back foot down, high lunge. We're on the ball of the back foot and we cactus the arms up. If you don't land exactly as you want, just reposition the feet. Absolutely fine. Squeeze the shoulder blades and look up. Spread the fingers wide. Reach the arms up, and then let's come into warrior two. I'm going to turn around again because I realise I've had my back to you the whole class. Maybe you prefer it that way. Okay, warrior two. You've got your left foot pointing out to the left, right foot forwards, big bend in that right knee. Gaze down the right fingertips, shoulders stacked above hips, not leaning the torso forwards. Breathe. Make sure the knee is above the ankle and we're not here like this. strong, engaging into both legs. Inhale, reach the arms up, straighten the leg, looking left. Exhale, warrior two. Working with breath, two more. Inhale up, straighten the leg. Exhale down, looking over right fingertips, one more. Inhale up. Exhale down. Can we go a little bit deeper? Hold it here. Coming into that side angle stretch. Right forearm rests on the thigh. Left arm reaches up and over, straight line from fingertips through hips to the back heel. You've got the option to stay here or bring the arms parallel, really squeezing into that leg. Front leg working super hard. Slowly lift it up, straighten the front leg. Left hand comes back onto the leg, right arm reaches up and over. So we're leaning back. It's like reverse warrior but with straight legs. Coming back to warrior two, and then coming into triangle pose. So straighten front leg, right hand comes towards the ankle, left arm reaches up. Press left shoulder back. Try not to dump the weight too much. Try and use the core strength to keep you lifted. Just a little bit of weight into that leg if you need to. Inhale, let's rise up to warrior two. Now we're going to work with our breath for that reverse warrior and triangle. So take an inhale here. As you exhale, left hand comes to the leg, right arm reaches up. So we've still got a bend in our front knee. Stretching down the side of the body. Let's bring it back to warrior two. Exhale for triangle, straighten the leg, left arm reaches up. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, reverse. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, triangle. Let's do it one more time. Inhale, warrior. Exhale, reverse. Inhale, warrior. Exhale, triangle. Bend into the front knee, circle the arms down, lift the back heel up for runner's lunge. We're on fingertips and we are looking forwards. Coming into easy twist, left hand plants, right hand reaches up. Easier option would be to send the back knee onto the mat. Same applies for the next pose. You can keep it lifted if you like, or keep it down. Right hand comes to the inside of the right leg, toe, heel and foot over to the right. For our lizard pose, send the hips nice and low. Easier option, back knee is down. Intense stretch this for the hips. If it's too much, ease off at any time. Okay, step it back into that plank and let's flow. Chaturanga down, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward dog and stay here. A few breaths. So I'm going to give you the option to either stay in your downward dog or a little variation. We're going to reach our right hand towards our left ankle or anywhere on the back of the left leg. When you've got a hold, see if you can just pull gently and look underneath your left armpit. Really nice stretch for the hamstrings and into the spine. Release, come back to downward dog and switch sides. Left hand holds anywhere you can on the right leg. Gentle pull and twist. See if you can look under your right armpit. And it's fine to have a little bend in your knees. Release, come back to that downward dog. Come into three-legged dog. Right leg lifts up, squeeze Squeeze the right glute, engage, press the chest through. Maybe point the toes. Really lifting that foot as high as you can. Bringing the knee in towards the chest for a high plank. Hold it briefly, squeeze the leg up, and then set the foot over to the left. Back heel drops down, and then we reach the left arm up for fallen triangle. Hips are lifting up. If it's difficult, just set the hips onto the floor, take a little break. If you're still with me, make big circles with the left arm, full range of motion, 3 circles. Last one. Bring the hand back onto the mat, come into that 3-legged dog, squeeze the leg up. Okay, now we're going to bring the foot about 3 or 4 inches behind the right wrist. So just stepping it down. From here, we're going to turn our heels over towards the left. So pivot on the foot, heels go left, and then we reach the right arm up. So it's kind of like a supported side plank. You've got your right leg in front for a bit of support. Hips are lifted. Take an inhale, exhale, hips drop, fingers point back. Inhale, up, fingertips go up and over. Exhale, take the hips down, fingers back. Inhale, hips lift, fingers go up and over. Exhale down, last one. Inhale up, and then bring the hands and the feet back to normal. From here, we're going to come into a yogi squat. So your right foot is pointing out at a 45-degree angle. You're going to step your left foot up so that both feet are pointing out 45 degrees and the heels are about hip distance apart. Press the elbows into the inner thighs, bring the hands into prayer, and try and keep your spine nice and straight. Your heels might be lifted, that's okay. Your back might be curved, just try and straighten it out as much as you can. So I've got a little challenge coming up. You can stay in this yogi squat, or you can come into crow pose. So it's quite a difficult arm balance. And if you've not tried it before, I encourage you to either just watch it for the first time, or I've got a little prop with me today. Do it in front of the couch, so that when we go forwards, we don't land on our head. So I'll start to demonstrate to you what to do. And it's nice because you can do this one straight from a yogi squat. So come up onto your toes, bring the triceps towards the knees, and then place your hands down. So make sure that you're really close to this couch. The weight is going to start to lean forwards, coming onto the hands, and as you do, the feet start to lift up. You can use that couch for support and a little bit of help. If you don't need it, if you've done this many times before, just come into that crow. And it shouldn't feel too challenging. When we get it right, it doesn't feel super, super difficult. It's all about finding where you need to place everything. So great job. I hope you're still with me. You haven't turned it off. Come out of your crow or out of your yogi squat into a seated position, and then lift up the legs for boat pose. Holding it here for a few breaths. For a challenge, straighten out those legs. Holding for 3, for 2, for 1. Send the feet down. A little stretch for the glutes. Place your right ankle over the top of your left thigh, just above the knee. Bend into left leg, place the hands behind, and just start to shift the hips forwards. So it's a variation of pigeon pose. Walk the hips forwards until we feel that stretch, and then lift your chest and look up. Slowly we're going to release, send the hips back, and then bringing the feet in a little bit closer, feet are hip distance apart, reverse table. Send the hands behind, so the hands are directly below the shoulders and we're leaning back a bit, fingertips are pointing forwards, lift the hips up, and just look back if it's comfortable. If you don't like it, then just skip this one. Keep lifting, squeeze, and slowly set the hips down. Great job. Let's come over into a tabletop position, and we need to do everything again on the other side. First of all, we are going to flow. So lift up into a plank position. Exhale, chaturanga down. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward dog, and just hold it here for a few breaths. If you need to take a break, child's pose. Take one more breath in this downward dog. And let's do everything on the other side. Left leg lifts, three-legged dog. Squeeze the left glute. Maybe point the toes. Press the right heel down. Press the chest towards your thighs. Or thigh even. Bend the knee, bring it towards the chest, coming into a high plank. Squeeze that leg really close to the chest. So don't let it drop down, lift it up. Use the core muscles. Send the foot over to the left for fallen triangle. The back heel drops down, the right hand reaches up, lift the hips up. Easier option, set the hips right down onto the mat and just rest in that seated position. 3 circles with the arm. Full range of motion. 2 more. Great job. Bring the right hand down. Left foot lifts back up into that 3-legged dog. Bend the knee. Step the foot forward so that it's just a few inches behind your left wrist. And then we're going to move both heels so they point over to the right, pivot on the foot, lift the left arm up for that supported side plank. We're so close, just keep going. It's been a strong class today, so well done if you've stayed with me throughout. Inhale here, exhale, hips drop, fingers point back. Inhale up, and then point the fingertips up and over, really pressing the hips up. Exhale, fingers back, hips down. Work with breath. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. This is the last one. Well done. Bring the hands back. Okay, we're coming into that yogi squat. So your left foot is pointing out about a 45-degree angle. Right foot steps up, does the same thing. Heels are hip distance. We press the elbows and just moving back so you can see. Into the inner thighs. Straight spine, lift it up. Either stay here, use your couch if you need to. Going into crow pose, knees come onto the triceps. We put the weight into the hands and we just lift our toes up. Let the toes kiss. Hold it for a few breaths. Use a couch if you've not done it before. It's so easy to fall on your head. Set it back down, well done. And then come onto your bum for that boat pose. Lift up the legs. Maybe shins and arms are parallel with the ceiling. Maybe legs are straight. Holding it for 3, for 2, 1. Well done. Quad stretch on the other side, so the left ankle is just above the right knee. Making that figure 4 shape with the legs. Bring the right heel towards your bum, and then bring your bum towards your heel. Hopefully you're with me. Some of these things are very confusing and hard to explain, but we're shifting our hips towards the heel and walking the hands and then lifting the chest and looking up. Lovely stretch into the glutes. Great job. Let's set it back. We're coming into that reverse table. You've got 2 options. You can do it exactly as we did before, like this, with the legs bent, or you can keep the legs out straight, keeping the feet together, and then lift up. This is a harder option. Wherever you are, those hips are pressed up. Let's go. If the legs are straight, try and press the big toe into the mat. Fingers are pointing forwards. Awesome. Slowly send the hips down. Sit up tall. Flex the feet. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale for a forward fold. Slowly lift the chest up. And we're going to do a little spinal twist before we come into our shavasana. Bring the right leg over the top of the left. Pull it in towards you. Left arm just hugs that leg. So bring the inside of the elbow to the knee. Hug the leg in. Straighten your spine. Right fingertips behind. Inhale for length. Exhale to twist and look behind. Slowly come back. And then switch to the other side. Final stretch. Left leg crosses over. Bring it in towards the chest. So the knee is pointing up. Sole of the foot is down. Inside of right elbow towards knee. Hug it towards left hand behind. Inhale, straight spine. Exhale, twist, look behind. Let's make our way into our Shavasana pose. So let's come down slowly onto our backs. Palms are facing up towards the ceiling. Just let the feet drop out to the sides, making yourself as comfortable as possible. Trying to hold no tension anywhere in the body. Maybe we move the arms a little bit further away so that the shoulder blades come nice and flat to the floor. Start to listen to the sound of your breath. The air as it enters into your nostrils and the air as it leaves your body. Just begin to deepen your breath using full yogic breathing, 3 stages. We inhale and the belly rises up, rib cage rises, chest rises. Exhale, chest sinks, rib cage and then belly. Inhale into the belly, ribs, chest. Exhale, chest, ribs, belly. With every inhale, we fill the lungs completely. And with the exhale, we sink and melt into the mat. Let's just do a quick scan of the body. I want you to become aware of the body part that I mentioned, and I want you to relax and release any tension from that area of the body. Starting with the feet. The ankle joints. No tension in the calf muscles. The knees. The thighs. Softening the hips. The abdomen. The chest. Shoulders are completely relaxed. Fingers, hands, lower arm, elbow joint, upper arm. Neck muscles relaxed. Coming up to the head, facial muscles completely relaxed. No tension in our jaw. We're not scrunching up our eyes. Eyebrows relaxed. Whole body relaxed. Just noticing where your mind is at. If we're clinging onto thoughts or planning the rest of the day, come back to the breath, let those thoughts just pass by like clouds drifting across the sky. Complete stillness, mind and body. Bringing some movement back into the fingers and toes. Waking the body back up. Wrists and ankle joints. Taking a full body stretch, reach the arms up and over, point the fingers and toes. Taking a few cleansing breaths, inhale through the nose, exhale with a sigh out the mouth. Inhale nose, sigh it all out. One more, cleansing breath. Rolling onto your side. And then when you're ready, lifting up to a comfortable seated position, keeping the eyes nice and soft. Spine is tall. Just placing the hands onto the knees or the thighs. Taking a couple of breaths as we come back. Bringing the hands into prayer. Bow the forehead down. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me in this class. Hope you enjoyed it and have a wonderful rest of your day. Hope to see you all soon.